Any fans of the movie White Christmas out there? Well, I've got you covered with this spicy enemies to lovers romance. Hey there, book lovers. I'm here with my review of The Christmas Fix by lucyscore. But before we get into that, I thought it'd be fun to share some of the holiday books that I got over the weekend with you guys. So I was gifted a few holiday books over the weekend by someone who knows that I'm currently in a holiday reads sort of mood. So she actually gifted me a few short Christmas reads, specifically because she wanted me to be able to try to get through them before the Christmas season was over. It was really thoughtful, really excited to get into them. I've not read anything by any of the authors. I have actually heard of the authors before, just kind of seen them around browsing in the library or like online. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited and I've wanted to share those with you guys today. So the first one that I have is The Secret Christmas Library by Jenny Colgan. This one is about two rival book hunters, Mirren and Theo, who both end up heading to the same estate. They head up to the McKinnon estate in the Highlands of Scotland at the behest of the laird of the clan there, who it thinks that they have a very like super rare book somewhere in the collection of the estate that could help basically save the estate if they can find where it is. So both Mirren and Theo head up there to try and decode a bunch of clues that were left by the laird's grandfather, like a treasure hunt of sorts to try and find this rare book. It sounds really, really heartwarming, really, really nice. There's a romance element to it, obviously, just from reading the summary. The cover's really pretty. It sounds like a really sweet Christmas romance that I'm really interested to dive into, so I will have to let you guys know what I think. The next book I have is Once Upon a Christmas Carol by Melody Carlson. This is actually a novella, so it is pretty short compared to the other two that I have that are actually novels, which is good because means I should be able to get through it quicker. But this one is about a woman named Carol who hates Christmas. She's determined to spend the holiday in the Bahamas to avoid it, and ends up getting stuck on her aunt's farm instead and kind of learns to love it. There's a series of events that happens throughout that I'm assuming leads to her enjoying the holiday instead. It sounds like a sweet Hallmark movie sort of vibe with lots of holiday spirit, lots of like love and family vibes from what I'm getting from reading the summary. I've seen other Melody Carlson books around. The covers always look really, really pretty. I haven't picked any of hers up, but maybe this will change that. But yeah, really excited to look into to pick this one up, and like I said, it should be a quick read, so yeah. And the last book I have is The Christmas Stranger by Richard Paul Evans. This is an author that I'm pretty familiar with. I've seen him, in the library over the years. He's got a ton of books, not just Christmas, but a bunch of little ones like these. Very popular. This one is about a man named Paul who lost his family in an accident on Christmas. I think the summary said 3 years prior, and so he's kind of just not really. He's grieving. He's not really into the whole Christmas thing, and gets visited by a mysterious stranger named Gabriel at Christmas time. So kind of giving like a Christmas angel sort of vibes. for me. And then the summary says that he finds his life starts changing in like unexpected ways after meeting this Christmas stranger. Sounds like a really heartwarming, like feel good sort of Christmas story. It's another, like I said, it's another short little one that seems like I could get through pretty quickly, cozy up with the book, especially now that it's getting quite a bit colder where I'm at, and there's snow, and so I am excited to dive into this one and the other ones that I've mentioned. If you have read any of these or are interested in any of these, please feel free to let me know in the comments what you think. If you've read them, what you thought. If you're interested, if you'd like to see one on the channel, please definitely let me know. Otherwise, we will jump right into my review of The Christmas Fix by lucyscore. The Christmas Fix by lucyscore was such a really good book. It reminded me so much of one of my favorite Christmas movies, which is White Christmas. If you're not familiar with that one, it's an older Christmas classic with Bing Crosby in it. It's basically about two performers who end up moving their entire like musical production up to Vermont to an inn for the holidays. Once they find out that their former Army general is the one running the inn, and he's kind of struggling in business, so they kind of move everything up there to help him out. But I noticed so many parallels to that movie when I was reading this book, which I absolutely loved. That was just such an awesome thing for me. I actually went and watched the movie after I finished this book. It's probably the earliest in December I've ever watched White Christmas. I usually wait till about closer to Christmas time to watch it. But I definitely picked it up after I finished because of all those parallels. If you have missed my previous videos and the summaries for this book, The Christmas Fix by lucyscore is about reality TV star and renovation expert Kat King, who goes to the town of Mary, Connecticut, who she goes to help them fix things up after a big like flooding disaster. And her goal is to have everything fixed up in time to do their Christmas festival, which is a really big like tourism draw for them. It's like the biggest thing of the year for them, brings in a lot of money for the town. And she has to fight the town manager, Noah, every step of the way to get things done, because he's convinced that she is just in it for the network, the ratings. She's not really in it to help the town. She's in it for herself, and he's trying to protect the town because he just doesn't think that she's really just there to help. He thinks that, there's some angle that she's working, that he's convinced that, the townspeople are going to get hurt, and he's trying to look out for the townspeople that he's grown up with. And they both end up having to like fight an attraction to one another throughout the whole book. It was a really good read for me. I've said it before, lucyscore is one of my favorite authors. I don't think I've read anything by lucyscore that I have disliked at this point, so I'm not surprised that I really loved it. But yes, I really, really enjoyed this one. So the female main character in this one, Kat, is super sassy. She doesn't take no for an answer. She does not listen to anyone tell her that there's something she can't do or shouldn't do because she's a woman, which was really refreshing to read, and not really all that uncommon in books by lucyscore. lucyscore is really good about that sort of thing in her writing, which is also really, really refreshing to read. It's much more refreshing to read than reading about a heroine who is in a book who is completely helpless. It's definitely nice to read a strong female character. So I really did enjoy Kat's character in this one. She fights her attraction to Noah pretty fiercely, in part because she likes her life of not knowing, you know, where she's, like, she travels a lot for her job. She likes that she's not really in one place for too very long. And, you know, if she gives in to this thing with Noah, she would have to put down roots, and that kind of scares her a little bit, and she's not really ready to do that. But also she has, like, dreams that she wants to achieve that would kind of get in the way of. And I liked that, without giving too many, you know, spoiler details away, I like it when writers are able to tie things up in a way that characters are able to have a happy ending without sacrificing those dreams, and without, you know, characters don't have to give up what they want. So it was very nice to see that things work out in the end where Kat doesn't have to give that up. And, you know, Noah doesn't have to really give anything up either. Like, they're able to work things out to where they each get what they want, and get what they need, without sacrificing their own dreams. And that was very, very refreshing to see. And on the flip side of that, you have Noah, who is very resistant to Kat from the get-go, and he could very well have been, like, a very unlikable character. And the way lucyscore chose to write him, I think, was very well done, to where he wasn't as unlikable as he could have been. Because for me, like, you really get to see he's not doing it just to be a jerk, right? He's not doing it just to be a pain in Kat's side, and like, he's not doing it just to be a hindrance. He really is doing it because he has the best interests of the town, and he's got a daughter who, like, idolizes Kat and celebrity and everything, and he's trying to, like, you know, in his own way, he's trying to do what's best for everybody, and is trying to err on the side of caution, maybe a little bit too much in certain instances, and he kind of has to learn that, and learn how to step back a little bit, and relinquish a little bit of control in certain areas. And I think Kat helps him do that. But it was really, really nice to see the way Lucy was able to kind of shape those characters, and use her writing to do that, because it could very have easily gone a different way, where, oh, I just didn't like Noah. Like, he could very well have gone and been an unlikable character, and for me, he wasn't, because, like, you were able to see where he was coming from, which was, I mean, a testament to lucyscore's writing. Like, I love her writing. I love that she's able to write characters in a way that you're able to understand them and understand their motivations. And that was just really, really great to read through and see. The Christmas Fix is actually book 2. So it's a follow-up to Mr. Fixer-Upper. They're interconnected standalones. So you don't have to read Mr. Fixer-Upper first. It does kind of help. I did read it first. It does help because the previous characters in Mr. Fixer-Upper follows Gannon and Paige. Gannon is Kat's brother, Kat's twin brother. And the reason I wanted to read it first is because interconnected standalones tend to bring up characters from previous books. So I kind of had a feeling that they were going to make an appearance in this one, and I wanted to have that context. And she didn't disappoint in this one. Gannon and Paige do make an appearance. And it's always really fun for me, because when characters show up from previous books, because you do get a little bit of a snippet, like, this is further in the future than Mr. Fixer-Upper, so you get a glimpse at what their life is like after Mr. Fixer-Upper ends, if you've read that one, which was really neat for me, because, like, that book ended, and then this one started, and I think it's a few years in the future, so you do get you get a little bit of a fast forward and a kind of a catch up sort of thing of how they're doing, and they were a pretty, it wasn't like a passing sort of mention, like they were actual active side characters in this book, which was fun, and not usually typical. So that was really fun to see, and it's always nice when characters come up in books you're reading from other books. So that was super fun. I'm always excited when that happens. The Christmas Fix was definitely a spicy romance, which is not uncommon for lucyscore. Most of her books tend to have spice in them. I do always like to throw that disclaimer in case that is a problem for some readers. If spice is not for you, you might want to steer clear of this one. It is pretty throughout the book. It's not really a problem for me. I'm used to reading it. It's not terribly graphic. I'd say probably a 4 out of 5. But if you have a problem with spice on any level, it might be something you'd give a pass to. In my experience, lucyscore is pretty synonymous with spice. Like, it's going to be present it has been present in all of the books I've read by her. But again, it's not an issue for me. I do like to mention it in case it might be an issue for other readers, since I know it tends to be, there are readers out there who do have a problem with it and don't tend to want to read that. So just a fair warning, this is a spicy romance, so there is some spice in there. Overall, I would give The Christmas Fix by lucyscore 5 out of 5 stars. The ending actually made me cry happy tears, which is pretty hard to do, but somehow lucyscore managed to do it. I absolutely adore lucyscore's writing and the way she's able to write her characters in such a way that they're just very relatable, very easy to connect with and understand. And I really, really loved that it reminded me so much of one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's the first Christmas book that I've read by her. I think she has at least one more that I've seen around that I might look into now. But yeah, I definitely would recommend this to anybody who has read anything else by lucyscore. Definitely if you've read Mr. Fixer-Upper and are interested in kind of a catch up on some of those characters, because they do make an appearance in this one. If you're looking for just spicy romance in general and spice isn't an issue for you, definitely check this book out. But otherwise, yeah, I really, really enjoyed this one. For those of you that are interested to know what's next on the channel, be sure to be on the lookout for Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace. It's about a woman named Clara Davenport who works for her family's toy company and goes to the small town of Fraser Falls to try and fix a PR nightmare there. She's very much not welcome and is trying to, win over the town, and ends up falling for Jack, who is the local toy maker there, the small business owner. And it sounds like a cute little Hallmark story. It's another feel-good Christmas movie sort of story with some spice to it. I really enjoyed it, and I'm kind of hoping you guys do too. I can't wait, really can't wait to share my thoughts with you guys on it. If you enjoyed anything you saw on the channel today, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more content. To find out, to stay up on what's next. And be sure to let me know what you guys thought in the comments on anything you saw today. Other than that, stay tuned. See you guys next time, and happy reading.